YouTube. Halo and welcome. Halo and welcome. Let me get this straight. Where we at? Where are we? Okay. So you want to act up on me. Let's see if I can get this thing right here. Let me get my people on YouTube up and loaded. Where are you? Oh, here we go. Boom, there we go. Louie Luggage. All right, so my people on TikTok, welcome. Okay, so now if you're getting me on TikTok and you're coming to me from the UNA University, I want to welcome you, welcome you, welcome you. I also want to encourage you to go over to Louie Luggage. Go over to Louie Luggage and subscribe, okay? Because I'm talking about some football, and those of y'all who know what I'm talking about Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. All right, I'm going into it today. You see the topic. Well, some of y'all saw the topic. It said good old fashioned butt whooping. All right. Coach Prime said it's a good old fashioned butt whooping. All right. My team, Colorado, they didn't pull it out this week. They played Oregon, and Oregon was way, way, way too much for them. Now, I want to go into some of the things about the game and once again say welcome. Welcome to my people on YouTube. Welcome to my people in TikTok. Thank you for joining. Go over to Louie Luggage on TikTok and subscribe. Also, I'm streaming on YouTube. All right, so welcome YouTube. I hope we are streaming. We're having some technical issues, it looks like. But at any rate, we are rolling right here on YouTube. So, and of course, I can't go live until I have so many subscribers. So go over there and subscribe so we can start talking some football on that channel over there. But right now, I'm going to do it here. Uh, Colorado did not pull it out this week. And I said last week, I said, they're not going to lose by no 21 points because that's what the spread was. The spread was 21 points that Colorado would lose. And I was like, they're not going to lose by no 21 points. And they didn't lose by 21 points. They lost by 36. But they're still my team. All right. So let's talk about what went down with Colorado. And if y'all want to chime in, I'd love to hear you. I'd love to talk about it on YouTube, TikTok. I want to hear from you. Talk to me. Let's get in. That's okay. As long as you score it. All right. Now, the thing is that Oregon's defense was very difficult, but Colorado made it very easy because all they did was throw the whole time. Shador Sanders, the quarterback, came out ready to throw and fire it and light it off, but never established a run game. Well, what's the problem with that, Diva? Well, if you don't establish a run game and they know that you're going to throw, then all they need to do is rush. And that's what they did the whole game. And so we got a situation now where, Shador is in jeopardy. He can't throw. And they did a very good job. The cornerbacks did a very good job of shutting down the receivers of Colorado. So, again, a running game, what would that have done? Well, it would have made them back off from rushing the line so much. All right. When they're rushing the line and you got a running game running through there, they're going to step back. They're going to respect the line of scrimmage for the offensive line. There was no respect on the offensive line of scrimmage from the defense of Oregon. So they continued to rush him. Without a running game, you made it clear. You projected everything you're going to do. So if you're going to project that, then we're going to shut it down. So here we go. No running game. And what happens when you don't have a running? Or let me talk about what happens when you do have a running game. Once again, it takes pressure off the offensive line, which we already know they having a difficult time, the offensive line. It also gives another option for Shador instead of standing back there and throwing it, somebody who he can hand it off to take it. Now, the other thing is it opens up the field for the receivers. All right. So now the receivers can come and get open and do different things because now he's got more options because there's less pressure on the offensive line because they're concerned about the run. Now his receivers have time to get open. The other thing, when you're running the ball, it takes time off the clock. this gives your defense the opportunity to rest. One of the issues was you got the defense on the field more than 75% of the game. They don't have time to rest. So again, there should have been more methodical manipulation of this movement down the field. So this is just what I saw from what I gleaned on this in this game. All right, but what I vision, because at the end of they put Alton McCaskill. Now we were expecting Alton McCaskill to come into the game. Why he didn't, I'm still trying to understand why Alton wouldn't be in the game, or some kind of rushing. Where is my friend Savion from Jackson State? What happened to him? Somebody needed to be in there and run, because they're just projecting everything, and Shador wants to step back and throw, but you're going 1, 2, 3 and out. Here's the other thing. When in any sports, it doesn't matter what sports, it could be football, basketball, bowling, the one that adjusts the fastest is the team that wins. The faster you adjust, the more opportunity you have to win. I didn't see any adjustments. The offense for Colorado comes in 1, 2, 3 and out. They come on the second phase 1, 2, 3 and out. So did a third time 1, 2, 3 and out. So what we're looking for some adjustments. Maybe halftime we're going to see some adjustments, but that's not what happened. It's still it didn't happen till the fourth quarter that they started to move the ball, because that's when they brought in the running game. They looked like a different team. All right, by this time though, once again the score was 42, and they were continuing to score. Once again, for me, it was all about, hey, we know they're going to score. We just have to be able to score. Colorado has to be able to score as well. I'm going to say this on defense. I got to give it up for the defense, because I know, well, what you talking about? They would have given up for the defense. They scored 40 points. Listen, there's something different about those Oregon guys. I don't want to say anything negative, but there's something different about those Oregon guys. They weren't just no regular. And people want to say they bigger and stronger. They didn't look all that bigger to me. They didn't. There's something different about them, and I'm just gonna say different. That's all I'm gonna say is different, because I'm giving it up for the defense, because they did. You could see clearly they made an effort to get to the ball faster. That's what they did. They got to the ball faster than they had been previously. However, when they got there, they couldn't bring those guys down. Now, what I just saw is that these are not just, they're not regular athletes. And for me, just not wanting to put anything out there, I'm just going to say they're not regular athletes. Okay, you can take it how you want to, but I did see them getting there to the ball much faster than they had been in the previous times. Now, when they got that stop on that third drive of Oregon's, when Colorado got the stop, the defense got the stop on Oregon's offense on that third drive. My concern was, even before they snapped it, I was like, surely they're gonna be ready for a fake punt. Why? Because they've been running over Colorado this whole time. If I were Oregon, I wouldn't respect Colorado either. It's like, you can't stop me. So then they got a fourth down situation, and it was probably about fourth down and 6, and they had a fake punt. And as I was saying, I was like, oh, please be ready for the fake punt, because if they get this, and they get this fake punt, and they pick up that extra yardage, that is going to be deflating to the confidence of Colorado. And sure enough, it was a fake punt, and they got the yardage they needed. And the problem was that Colorado was doing everything in their power to keep this offense under control. And they had finally gotten the stop, but then, they did a fake punt, and that was it. They got the extra yardage. Also, the defense got an interception. Again, the defense, they did as much as they could, but When they turn the ball back to the offense, 1, 2, 3, and out. Okay, if you're not giving the defense any help, then I can't say too much about the defense. If the offense is not doing their job, I can't say too much about the defense, but I can say that I saw them step up. Uh, Alton McCaskill got in the game, so shout outs to Alton. He did a good job. He only had 5 carries for about 17 yards, 3.8 yards per carry, and then it was he actually had 5 yards was his longest. But when he came in, he was running it. If he had actually gotten up to speed and gotten us momentum, so we got a team next. Also, shout outs to Kamani. He made the tackle on that fake punt. He was the one who made that tackle, and that guy was huge. Now that was a big guy. But those other guys, Bo, number 0, Bucky Irvin is what I want to say. Bucky Irvin, he's he's not all that big, but his strength is something else. It's extra. I'm gonna just call it extra. It's something else. That's a different type of strength. That's all I'm gonna say. So, but what I will say is that Oregon was a lot. They were too much for Colorado. However, what I will also say is that the defense stepped up and they showed that they're really getting to the ball. But once they got there, the deal was that those guys. It took 4 or 5 players on Colorado's team to bring down one of their players. So that's what I'm talking about. That other strength is not normal. I'm gonna just say it like that. Now, uh, what I like about Coach Prime, for me, yes, I'm not totally. I used to be into sports a while back. I told you all I had a sports show, television show, and we were syndicated in 4 different states or what have you. And I did that. But my biggest thing about this, what made me want to get involved and start doing these sessions for sports is Coach Prime. More of his personality and how he keeps things positive. For me, we when things are going great, we can see how move through this. Okay, you don't have much adversity when things are going great, but I wanted to see how does he respond when things aren't so great. That was a very difficult game. It was difficult for me as a fan to watch it. I can only imagine how difficult it was for him, expecting his team to show up, to be there. So the way what he said at the end, he said, "All right, y'all better get me now." He said, "You better get me now because this will be the least talented team I have going forward. You better get me now." And so he said, "The future looks bright and I like what I'm seeing." Yeah. So Coach Prime's future is so bright, he's got to wear shades, and he had his shades on at that time. So I would expect that they're, of course, going to hopefully make some changes. I was expecting at least, again, that adjustment really after that first series. That adjustment should have been in place. It should have been, all right, somebody's going on the field to run this ball. But to do it 3 times when you come in on offense and still don't move the ball, yeah, something that there should have been a faster adjustment, especially against this team. Um, what I vision again is more attempts at the run. I vision Alton McCaskill in the first series. All right, a vision that the Buffaloes will be at least able to move the ball in this upcoming game. Now we talked about it, they had 2 back-to-back difficult games, and now they're going up against USC, and USC is even higher ranked than Oregon. They're number 10, USC is. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to come back. I'm going to talk about their USC, what needs to be done, the win-win situation. But what I will say is Colorado is ahead of schedule as far as their wins. They weren't expected to be this far. They were expected one win. And some people like 3.5 wins. Well, they're at three now. All right. I would like to just see them go in here. We're going to talk about it. I'd like to see them make some changes. I vision Alta McCaskill. I vision somebody else on the defense as a corner. What's going on with Carmani? I don't. Again, I trust Coach Prime with respect to the players and putting the right personnel on the field. But at this particular situation, I'm going to say this: there shouldn't have been uh, 3 or 4 series in and out without putting in a heavy running back that could go through that line. That shouldn't have happened. So that's just my idea. Hindsight is 2020. I love this team. I love Colorado. They already have overachieved. Even when you let me say this too before I get up out of here. Even when you look at the fact that Coach Prime goes into Oregon and they never Coach Oregon does not have sellout games. But it's the first time they sold out their games. Oregon did. So Coach Prime continues to break records every time he's doing something. At every phase of this game, he's continuing to break records. And so what I look to see, what I vision for this game is that they make the necessary changes to at least show up. Yeah, this is going to be a difficult game. I still say that they still have the opportunity and a chance to win any game. They have the opportunity or the chance to win any game as long as they're willing to adjust and adjust quickly. I got it. When I heard Coach Prime's presser, he had a Thursday or Tuesday presser, and he was talking about, well, we don't want to run just to be running. I clearly understood that they weren't concerned about the run. I clearly understood that. However, when you see that your quarterback is in trouble and that your offensive line is getting gobbled up and run through and that your receivers are getting locked down, we got to now I haven't coached a football team. I've coached teams, but I know that when I see that kind of thing, we got to at some point make a change now. We got to adjust. So that didn't happen. Even going on into the second quarter, the second half. So we're gonna see that. I know that. I vision that even when if they go in there and they start again reaching adversity, that they make the necessary changes quickly so that at least they show up in the game and give themselves a chance. So that's just what I see. That is my vision. I know it's gonna happen. All right, so I want y'all to know I love you. I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all stay tuned. I want y'all to go over to let's see. I want y'all to go over to Louie Luggage. LOU